Hello my friends, Clem McGrath, and I'm going to spend a few minutes looking at this idea of the universal hypnotism, because if we don't understand it and how it's controlling us and learn ways to dissolve it, then we'll never ever expand into something truly extraordinary in our lives, and we'll never allow miracles to manifest, because they simply do not belong within that universal hypnotism. The universal hypnotism is simply the range of beliefs and assumptions that we bring into life that create our whole view of the world, ourselves, the universe, and our relationship with all of that. So we've been conditioned into beliefs that tell us, first of all, this is the basic one, we are physical. We've been taught that in so many ways, obvious and subtle ways. We are physical. That's who we are. We know we have minds, we know we have feelings, we know we have creative abilities, all that stuff. We know we can dream about the future. But our default position, what we come back to at a purely automatic, instinctive level, the way we experience ourselves, is as physical. We are physical beings, and the identity as being physical is rooted right in the very first experiences of life and of childhood. So as I said, we were conditioned, all those around us continuously reminded us in things they said and the ways they responded and the fears that they instilled within us, that we are physical. That's the first thing. And once we accept that, and that becomes our operating system, I am physical, then all sorts of other very, very unhelpful assumptions flow from that. Because I'm physical, I'm limited, I'm separate, I'm not safe, I can be hurt, I can experience opposition, life can seem to be working against me. All these conclusions or assumptions flow out of the belief that I am physical. So just that fundamental assumption creates a whole range of assumptions and therefore expectations of how life is going to be. And another generation or another level of assumptions then kicks in. I have to struggle to get what I want. I cannot get what I want. Maybe getting what I want causes pain. We've all experienced pain. We've all been told off. We've all been criticized. We've all been rejected. Maybe bullied at school. All sorts of things. All this has reinforced this belief. I am physical, I'm limited, I can't get what I want. And if we have maybe a religious upbringing, not even that, I think it's also pretty universal, the belief I do not deserve what I want. Now along with that, I do not have permission to have what I want, to be who I want to be, to get what I want, to be powerful, to be magnificent. I do not have permission. This is the matrix that virtually every single human being is caught in. We experience life from that lens. Therefore, everything gets filtered through that lens. So things happen, and automatically we assume this is being done to me. That assumption, that conclusion, is so limiting, is so damaging. The truth is, when we rise to that higher paradigm I talked about in the last video, that everything is being done for me. Everything is being done to allow me to draw out my own mastery and my own magnificence and my own unlimitedness from within. That's why it's all happening. It's being done for me. But we cannot see that when we're stuck in being physical and limited and unsafe and scared. So we can see at that level miracles are just impossible, because then we're only limited basically to our physical ways of acting in the world. We can use our minds as well, but we also settle with this belief that our minds are limited to their physical brain. And I'm not going to go into that whole debate, but what I'm saying here is that our brain mediates consciousness. It doesn't create consciousness. Because the truth is, we are unlimited beings of energy, light, and consciousness. That's the truth of who we are. And we're going to explore how we know that and what that means. It's so important to see both sides of that equation. Now, when I say that last statement, the truth of who we are, that can seem exciting. Think, wow, yes, how fantastic, that's who I am, and I can create miracles, all that stuff. However, in our excitement, we may not realize how totally entrenched we are in experiencing ourselves as physical. When you cut your finger, when you stub your toe, when you bang your shin, you know how physical it all seems. When you're hungry, when you're tired, when you've got a headache, everything reinforces this belief, this assumption, I am physical. We obviously have a physical dimension. That's what I'm using at this moment. My physical dimension is here, making this video. But that is one dimension out of many dimensions that I am. And it's not even solely physical as it seems to the eyes. There are other dimensions which are the greater truth of who I am. So we have a physical dimension, but our default identity is not physical. So along with all of that, we have our old friend fear. Because of all our experiences as physical, all the times we've been hurt, all the times we've been laughed at, all the times the world has done something to us, it hurts. And nobody likes feeling hurt. Nobody likes pain that I know of. And I know I certainly don't. So we end up stuck in fear because there's always the fear it could happen again. And of course, from that universal hypnotism, the expectation is it probably will happen again. So what do? We limit ourselves. We hold ourselves back. We don't take risks. We don't step out because of that fear of being hurt. And so we end up living mediocre lives. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to really invite you to contemplate that for yourself. See all the ways that you believe that you're physical. And by that I mean is that you have to work hard in life, that you are separate, that you can't get what you want, that the world is against you in some way, that life's about struggle, that there's a lack, there's a deficiency. All these are the conclusions that come from believing that you're physical. So look at all the ways that you assume those types of things. I can't get what I want. It's limited. I may be hurt. I'm limited to this physical experience. And in the next video, we're going to look at how you can start dissolving that and stepping into the magnificence of being a conscious creator, knowing the truth of who you are. Thank you for watching. In the meantime, blessings and have a wonder-filled life.